The Toronto Raptors get a very nice win at home, 134-117 over the Atlanta Hawks. So, you know the first thing that we got to do here. All right. We got to drop one. We got to drop one.
I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want.
And this was a game that to me was a bit of a toss up, close in the standings. And the Raptors, sometimes you don't know what to expect from them on a night to night basis because they kind of play down to their competition, play up to the competition. But they've been very good against the Atlanta Hawks so far this season. And tonight was another good one. So Atlanta, without Trey Young in the lineup, 15-11. With Trey Young in the lineup, they are 2-8. He did not play in this game. And Colin Murray Boyles got the start in place of an injured Jakob Pertl. Of course, obviously, he's out with his back. But, what has been one of the things that we have been concerned about when the Raptors have been starting these games? What we have been concerned about is slow starts. Slow starts. And that's what we don't want to see here. We do not want to see the Raptors have to be down 10 points after the first quarter. And so they did a much better job tonight. I said a much better job getting out to a faster start than we have seen in the games past. Now, the Raptors did scare me a little bit in that first quarter because they missed 3 layups in the first 3 minutes in this game. And so I'm thinking, all right, oh Lord, here we go again. How is this going to be halfway through the first quarter? I don't want to see us down 13, but overall, you're starting to wonder because, Nickeil Alexander has been playing very well, and damn it, did he play well in this one? Jalen Johnson, over the last 13 games, was averaging 26.5 points, 11.5 rebounds, 10.3 assists. Why do I feel like people are not talking about him enough? Like, did you hear those numbers that I just mentioned? This guy is legit. Legit. Both of those guys that I just mentioned. And he had himself a bit of a game here tonight as well. But overall, the Raptors did a pretty good job taking care of the basketball early in that first quarter. They didn't have their first turnover till 4:33 remaining in the queue. And I thought Immanuel Quickley did a pretty decent job early on getting the ball into the paint. And, for those of you who saw my last episode, that's what we kind of talked about a little bit. Immanuel Quickley getting into that paint. I said relentlessly, I want to see him get into the paint, into the paint, into the paint, into the heart of the defense. So they got to collapse, get to the basket, kick it out to shooters in the corners, whatever the case may be. But damn it, he is so quick that he will have defenders chasing him if he puts some downhill speed on the defense. And I thought he did a pretty good job of doing that tonight. Now, the Raptors did go on a bit of a run towards that end of the quarter. 8-0 run from 340, that minute period, from 340 to 240. And they were pushing that basketball in transition to the point where they went on a 10-0 run. What is another thing that we always speak about? Getting out in transition, fast break points, fast break points. We talk about that a lot if you are the Toronto Raptors. And they were -2 on the night in fast break points, 21 points for Atlanta out in the fast break, 19 for Toronto. But they end the quarter on a 15-5 run off of a Grady Dick 3-point shot. They were up 6 after the first quarter, 35-29. Brandon Ingram had 12 points, 4 rebounds. He was 5 of 6 from the field after the first quarter. And you know what? I think we're going to get to the box score just a little bit because I got some bombs for a few people tonight. First one, just mentioned him, Brandon Ingram. Okay. 34 minutes in this game, 29 points, 11 of 15 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3-point range, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. He had 9 rebounds, 1 assist, and he had 2 steals and 2 blocks. And I'm going to get to you with another stat a little bit later on in the show in regards to Brandon Ingram. Another major bomb that we have to drop is for the one, the only, back in the lineup RJ Barrett. People wondering, why is RJ Barrett so important? This is why, damn it. He played 30 minutes and he had 29 points as well. That's why. That's why. 11 of 19 from the field. So he's efficient. 4 of 8 from 3-point range, stretching the floor. 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 4 rebounds and assist. Gave you a steal as well. Okay. 1, Scotty Barnes. We got to drop one for him. He's going to show up 32 minutes in this game, 20 points, 8 of 14 from the field, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Damn good showing from Scotty Barnes as well. Immanuel Quickley, you know what? I'm going to drop one for him because even though, his numbers don't jump out necessarily at you, I thought he did a really good job staying in control of this game when he was out there on the floor and doing a better job of taking decent shots and giving the ball up, setting guys up to score. 7 assists in this one, but he had 15 points, 5 of 13 from the field in 33 minutes, 2 of 8 from 3-point range, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, gave you 2 rebounds as well. Only 1 turnover and 1 steal. So I do like seeing that as well. And just overall, listen, we're not always going to agree with some of the shots he's taking, but I thought he limited his bad shots tonight. I don't think he really took many bad shots. I only saw 1 shot I really didn't like from Immanuel Quickley, but I thought he did well tonight. And Colin Murray-Boyles, even though, 6 points, 3 of 5, I'm going to drop one for him. Because you know what? 26 minutes in this game, he was 3 of 5 from the field with 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Just 1 turnover, but gave you 2 blocks as well. He's battling down there. And that's what I really like from Colin Murray-Boyles. And he's tough. He's physical. Like, there was a play where, was it Jalen Johnson who drove to the rim and he either dunked it and got an and one or went to the basket and laid it up, and it was an and one on Colin Murray-Boyles, and he was yelling at Colin Murray-Boyles in his face. You know why? Because he was kind of getting under his skin a little bit, just because when you watch Murray-Boyles, you see just how physical that he is. And typically you don't see that amongst the rookies, but he is rough. He's kind of a bruiser and really physical when he's out there. He's not afraid to give you all 6 fouls if he has to. And I can appreciate that from Colin Murray-Boyles. Now, I do need to get to the bench for just a second, but let me just enter the second quarter here. So the Raptors, decent job scoring in the paint here, getting in there. 60 points in the paint for the Raptors, a plus 14 over the Atlanta Hawks. And Mamu, he was fantastic off the bench. I got to drop one for Mamu because he nearly had a triple-double in this game. You heard me correctly. I said Mamu almost had a triple-double in this game. He played 32 minutes in this game. 32 minutes. He had 13 points. 5 of 10 from the field, just 1 of 5 from 3-point range, but he gave you 12 rebounds, 8 assists, a steal, and 3 blocks, no turnovers in this game. He was phenomenal off the bench for the Toronto Raptors. He was a plus 27, a team high, plus 27. After that, the highest plus was RJ Barrett at plus 13. Mamu absolutely showed out in this game. And it was a pleasure to watch. Now, Jacoby Walter did play in this game as well, and he picked up some early fouls. So did Colin Murray-Boyles. And so we didn't get to see too much out of Jacoby, even though he did play not horrifically bad, actually. 16 minutes, 5 points in this one. 1 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3-point range. He did actually hit a big 3 in the third, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 1 assist in this game. But Brandon Ingram, remember I told you I want to get back to him after? Brandon Ingram, 1 of 7 NBA players with over 750 points and 200 rebounds thus far in the season. And going to halftime, another number that I liked was free throw shooting in this game. What have we been seeing a lot from the Raptors in terms of free throw shooting and free throw attempts? We have been seeing them lose the free throw attempts quite steadily in a lot of games and them not getting to the line. And so, what did we talk about over the last few shows? The Raptors being consistent, getting into the paint and trying to get to the free throw line. The Raptors shot 24 of 26 from the free throw line in this game. They shot 92%. And Atlanta went 16 of 19 from the free throw line. So it's always a good thing to get to the line to get you some easy points here. So that was a good thing. And at the half, and boy, let me tell you, man, this was a track meet in this one. I mean, these guys were just up and down in this one. 77-70 at the half. Like I mentioned, very fast paced. And you had 4 players in double figures. Scotty Barnes, who had 14, Ingram had 18, Barrett had 11, and Mamu had 11, 7 rebounds, 5 assists at the half. And the Raptors, like I mentioned, from the free throw line, shot 26 free throws, but at the half, they were 14 of 26. So the Raptors now start that third quarter, and they were getting some production off of their bench. They were +9 with bench points with 9:45 remaining in this game. But the thing that was just kind of ticking me off was all these damn open shots that I was seeing from the Atlanta Hawks.
Over here during whole season, I've been holding it back. It's a complete crap.
It was just annoying as hell. And some of these guys, I got to get to their numbers on the Atlanta Hawks for a second because, I mean, my goodness, 2 guys in particular that I mentioned early on in the show. Jalen Johnson, 37 minutes in this game. He had 30 points, 10 of 21 from the field, 4 of 9 from three-point range, 6 of 9 from the free throw line, gave you 7 rebounds and 9 assists. I mean, he's a problem. That dude is a problem. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, another one. And if you haven't heard, I just did a podcast with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I did a show with him maybe, 10, 12 days ago. Pretty good show. If you haven't already seen it, go to my videos. I just did a show with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. 36 minutes, 31 points, 10 of 19 from the field. He hit 6 triples, 6 threes. He was 6 of 11 from three-point range, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. He turned it over 6 times, so that worked out in the Raptors' favor, but just a nightmare. And no wonder there's been all this noise about the Hawks potentially looking to trade Trae Young. When you have Nickeil Alexander-Walker doing this, and that ain't a shot at Trae Young, they're going to try and get something really good back in return for him, but clearly we can see why here. And what if you can get both of these guys to play well at the same time? Maybe you have something here. I don't know, but he was just a nightmare. He's just making shots from everywhere. But overall, Atlanta in that third quarter, they made a bit of a run, man. It was 107-106 after the third quarter in favor of the Toronto Raptors, but they were 8 of 15 from three-point range with 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. 8 threes with 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. And the Atlanta put on a zone defense. The Raptors, you guys realize the Raptors have been seeing a lot of zone defense over these last few games. And, sometimes they struggle with it. They find a way and manage to get out of it with some good shooting, getting that ball into the post area where they put Scotty Barnes. But they've been seeing a lot of zone. And, when you have all these scouts and stuff doing their homework and they're looking at the way they played against other teams and other teams putting on zones. And it's interesting. It's interesting. And not just against the Raptors, but it's interesting to see how many teams are now implementing zone in the NBA. And I like to see how they switch it up, what kind of zones they play. Pretty fun to watch and just see how teams get creative offensively to combat the zone as well. To start that fourth quarter now, Quickley gets a big steal. He's out in transition. Tough layup, right hand on the left side of the basket, finishes it, and then gets an offensive foul called on him, takes a shot to the face. So he had a few good possessions early on in that fourth quarter. And then the Raptors get a couple of steals, get out in transition, pushing the tempo, finish, and they go on a bit of a run. And then at that point, the Raptors had 21 points off of the 13 turnovers. And like we mentioned, getting out in transition with some of the horses that they have, always a good thing. And now with 8:54 remaining in that third quarter, the Raptors get a little bit of breathing room. 106. So they have a 12-point lead with just under 9 minutes remaining. And RJ Barrett once again hits a big three. They end up going on a 16-3 run. And boy, is it good to have those points back in the lineup. If you are a Toronto Raptors fan, you get 29 from RJ Barrett as soon as they insert this man back into the lineup. He's not looking as tired as he did, obviously, in that first game, which is good, man, because it's always nice to have another player that's just aggressive. Somebody that you can find, get guys back to some type of normalcy, have the help. It's a good thing to see Scotty, have somebody to dish the ball to as well. That's going to get him some more help offensively, just confident, knows what he's going to do with the basketball. And it's just, like I said, it's great to have him back in the lineup, and everything looks just a little bit more normal once again. And boy, it'll be nice when Jakob Poeltl gets healthy and we have another big in this lineup. But until then, the Raptors do a really good job in this game. Finish this thing out 134-117. Once again, we're going to drop quarter just a great job there. Great job. So good win for the Toronto Raptors. They go up against the Atlanta Hawks again on Monday night. And so the Atlanta Hawks did have some guys that were missing in this game. Luke Kennard did not play in this game. Trae Young obviously did not play in this game. So it'll be interesting because those guys will be inserted, I'm assuming, into that lineup come Monday night. At Mike Roach 7 on IG, at Mike Roach 23 on X. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, and share the Mike Roach Show. But I have a question before I get out of here, because I'm wondering, and this is not basketball related at all, but if you've made it this far in the video, I am curious. I'm looking for a good show to watch. And I just started watching that show, Pluribus. Have you guys seen that already? Have you guys seen it? I'm only on episode 2. It's interesting. It's different. I think I'm going to continue because I am curious as to what happens in this show. But I'm kind of curious, what shows are you guys watching? Is there anything you would recommend? It's the new year. I kind of want to watch a show or two, see what's good out there. What have you guys watched that you like? I'm just curious. Can you put, I don't care what it is, drama, comedy, action, just what are you guys watching right now? Any good shows? I'm curious. Even if it's reality, dare I say? I don't know. Just let me know if there's anything good out there. And is it on Netflix? Is it on Prime? Or what is it on? I have most of them I do have all those streaming platforms for the most part, but I'm curious what you guys are watching. Please put it in the comments and let me know. This is the Mike Roach Show. I will be back again soon. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.